All these guys are going to have opportunities to show why they deserve to be in the lineup, and Jerry's obviously taking that in full stride, and he's excited to get out there and work with those guys.
Yeah, I think we saw. It's almost like it's not the offensive line position where like it's the less you hear about them, the better of a job they're doing, but it's similar when it comes to that cornerback position. I think Jerry Jacobs is kind of underrated. I don't know that he'll beat out Emmanuel Mosley for sure for that second cornerback spot, but I wouldn't be surprised if he did.
Yeah.
I think we're really sleeping on this guy. He's never really given us nothing to like bitch about. I think about how many times Jeff Okudah, as much as we thought he had an okay or decent year last year, I feel like Jerry had a better one. Mm-hmm. Maybe not as many big plays, but you never heard like big plays given up on his side. You know, maybe not. He had the one interception against the Jets. I know he had a sack against the Vikings, I think. But outside of that, you didn't hear much from Jerry Jacobs' side of the field. That's because he's doing a damn good job. I think we're sleeping on this guy a little bit.
Yeah, you want to see him go out there and beat it like he tweets it. It's something that he's proven that he can play cornerback in this league. He's proven that when he's out there, he makes plays. You know, he was arguably the best cornerback on this team last year after he came back from injury. So I'm excited to see what he can do. He talked about the dominance of the secondary. We've been talking about it, in over and over throughout the entire offseason about how the changes of this secondary will make it one of the best in the league. So that cornerback 2 spot is going to be highly sought after. There's a lot of guys out there that are going to be eyeing for that position, buying for that position, and it looks like it's going to be between Emmanuel Mosley and Jerry Jacobs, especially if Emmanuel Mosley is fully back from the injury. If he's fully recovered and ready to go at training camp, it's going to be very interesting.
I think Jerry Jacobs starts week 1. No disrespect to Emmanuel Mosley. That's not any dig at him and what he's got going on. But I think between the ACL injury, Jerry Jacobs already beating the system already, and just having that full offseason to be with the Detroit Lions defense alongside Cam Sutton, CJ, GJ, and then the rest of the squad, I think it gives them a little bit of an upper hand in that competition. I'm not sleeping on this dude. I'm also Eskimo brothers with him. So I'm saying, all right.
Yeah.
Last year, I'm going to get his PFF stats too. 33 tackles, was tied 79th, which I think you got to remember too about Jerry Jacobs. I don't think he started until week 7 or 8.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what game he came back in particular, but only allowed 33 receptions, was tied for 71st. 60 targets on, which is 58th. But again, even the targets and stuff, again, if you're not getting targeted that often, even that, 60 targets, only 33 of those receptions allowed, like 50%. Like, I think that's decent.
Yeah, and it's exciting to see. We know he plays with an edge, obviously an undrafted free agent, a guy who had to fight to get to where he was at, and now they bring in these guys, these touted free agents that, he might think of it as a slight a little bit, that you've revamped the whole secondary. He's like, revamp? I'm out here doing work. So I'm excited to see what he does. He always plays with that edge. He always feels like he's got a chip on his shoulder, seatbelt gang. So I'm happy to see what he can do in the secondary. And I'll say it again, competition breeds greatness. So him having to fight, or whoever ends up getting that spot, having to fight to get that spot, fight to get on the field, and know that there's a guy behind him waiting. There's a guy behind him ready. If anything goes wrong, it'll just bring out the best of all of them.